Hello and welcome, everybody. My name is Jerry. You're watching 3DHP, and I'm kind of running behind. Normally, I show everybody's comments before the stream up on. I click them and post them, but that didn't happen today. I've been busy doing this and that. I don't know where to begin. Yeah, it's been a busy week. Lots going on. We have a couple makers in the back room we'll bring in. My dog wants to bark because I sat down and started talking to people. That's their normal thing. Shh, wait. We are live on YouTube and Twitch right now. We'll stream 2 or 3 hours today, and then later I'll be on the Laser Makers Realm on their 5:30 show. They start 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and I'll be on there also. So let me take a look at the comments real quick, and then I'll bring everybody in. Go back up here to the top. Sergio, HVAC A to Z was first. Shut up, dog. Here, let me give you a cracker. Joe Glasgow, hello. Guy the Jedi, hello, how are you doing? That Kenny Sims in the background waiting on us. Hello, Kenny. Delos Logos 3D Printing, Derek in the UK, Montana Maker, hello. Nikita, please stop. And yeah, my Jerry button's on my Stream Deck. For some reason, I turn it on, I set it for what input, and it turns itself off. So something's going crazy with that. Hello, Sebastian, how you doing today? Stephen Poole, hello. Hello, Duff204. And I guess that's just about everybody. Got a total of 9 people watching. Let's bring everybody in at once in the back room and we'll get going. Hey, guys. How you doing today?
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Hello, David.
How's everyone doing?
I'll be right back in a second.
All right.
Wife needs me for something.
Yeah, I go live 5 minutes early, and then I sit in the background. But I had to go take care of a couple things that across the house. So I missed showing all the names like I do before we get going. Hello, Daniel. So what's new with everybody? Matt, what have you been working on? What's going on with you, buddy?
Let Kenny talk this time first.
Hey, Kenny, how you doing today?
Oh,
Here's something bigger to tell.
Matt. All right, yeah.
You're welcome. You know how it is.
Yeah, I got your name. All right. So, my future projects are, as far as with the lasers, are moving quite along. I got my CO2 almost done. I had a network guy here yesterday running network wires to the garage and to the living room while I was at it. So tomorrow I should be up and running on the CO2 because I still got to level it, bring the feet down, make it all nice and pretty. And I'm also got to do the lights, but I got the air assist in. Then earlier this week, I purchased a 120 watt Galvo fiber laser. So that should be coming to me within, I'm thinking, at least 3 months, probably, from China.
What kind of CO2 did you get? For those that don't know.
Oh, the CO2 is an Ohm Tech.
Okay.
Big bed. No, I mean,
so you'll be able to a sheet of plywood in it and cut it down?
Yep, just like Samcraft.
Yeah, that'll save on sawdust for most projects.
Oh yeah, I was thinking because I got my saw right here, my table saw. But I was like, hell, I don't need it now.
Yeah.
Like, whoop. Yeah, I like that, and then no sawdust and nice. Because when I'm running this, I have my shop vac hooked to it. So sawdust doesn't go all over. So that's what I got going.
All right. And what I've been doing, I've just been sharing all the links for YouTube and Twitch so people can join us. I've been doing various things right now. I do have to report. I talked with the Red Poppy Appeal people, and I only can supply locally because if I supply a little bit, but it's not enough for the whole nation, So I have to produce millions. And I can't do that with 3 printers. So I have to only go local. I made 10 kilos already of key rings and fridge magnets. So they're ready to go. I could buy that and I maybe make a little bit more in the future. I did make, show them off.
Nice.
The stand. So the stand, you know. Yeah.
Looks nice.
Yeah, I made this. I designed all of that, even the drawing and all that. It's very easy. These silhouettes. Or what I did is, you know, captured a picture with the soldier on it and draw the outlines of it, you know, and then turn it black and the background white, of course.
Yeah, Sergio sent me another stock AMS hub and the wiring because I'm having a problem on my X1 Carbon. So now and then after 3 weeks, Bamboo finally got back with me about the problem I was having, and they're going to replace the parts that are bad also. And then I found the missing magnet. So I don't know if they're going to send me a whole new hot-end assembly that has a magnet in it, top right corner opposite of the cover or not. But it took me 3 weeks to get a hold of them and back and forth. And they finally said, oh, okay, here's a tracking number. We'll mail you out replacement parts. But I'm going to go ahead and put Sergio's on it either tonight or tomorrow. And this should be my problem with the spring in it that I was having on some prints. And then he sent me out some lights from TH3D so I can have a much brighter light kit. And Sergio has a backer X1 Carbon when they first came out, and these evidently won't work with it properly. So he was kind enough to mail them to me. And like I say, they sell these on TH3D, and I'll be putting these on my X1 Carbon.
Yeah, the plug is a little different.
I assume the cover in the front left corner where the light strip is, you take off the little cover by the camera, right?
Yeah.
Is that where, okay. All right.
Yeah, and you'll see it right back there. Everything plugged in there.
All right. So I'll just unplug the existing one and then plug these in and be good to go. Hello, Tom Lama. How you doing today?
Lama.
The makers like to drop in and talk about what you're working on. Let me share the link. You're welcome. Come if I know who you are, you can come in on camera. If I don't, well, then that's a different story. Don't have any issues.
I have been working on another project.
Huh.
Little Den Garden.
It's nice. Matt has a cat though, so he'll have to cover it at night. So anyway.
Yeah. Gonna be the new litter box. No, I hope not. Maybe cat better stay away from it. I maybe should have planted some cactuses around it so she stays.
Good thing you don't have little kids and the cat, because then your little kids might be up the next morning playing with your Zen garden and go, "Hey, Daddy, look, there's rocks. They grew overnight."
That's my little doggy in the side. Hey, Lily. I have to put a bed back there because she normally goes there because there's a heater there. So yeah, I think I've done pretty well. So.
Sergio.
Yeah, Derek over in the UK, which did the giant Hulk for a friend to commission, he is now doing a Star Wars figure that's life size. Looks pretty cool. Go ahead, Kenny.
All right, I got a question. Since we got some relation about Bamboo both being backers, would you take the gamble again today, knowing what you know now about Bamboo? I'm not, and I don't mean on Bamboo, I mean on another company.
What was the question?
Okay, yeah,
your volume. Raise your volume a little bit. Raise your volume a little bit.
All right, how's that?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Yeah.
Okay. You and I got something in common. We're both Bamboo backers. Okay. Knowing what you know today about Bamboo, and I'm talking about as far as how it went overall, you seem pretty happy. Me, mine went through a lot of massive repairs. I mean, a lot of downtime early in, and now we got this, other one, popping up, the Arco, and I'm starting to have second thoughts, about being a backer.
The first generation of anything is tend to have problems till they work out all the bugs and makers find them. So I don't think anybody should be an original backer.
I've had no, I mean, I'm pretty happy because I've had almost no problems at all. And any problems that I did have, I mean, just yesterday I had a filament jam in the AMS, but I also found that this particular filament, the CYNK for doing the whatchamacallits for it seems that those 4 filaments, the 4 colors up there, when the little bit that's inside of the tubes, there, for some reason that particular filament dries out. And when you go, if you don't use it for a while, when you go to use it, it breaks.
Yeah. And then you get an error on the screen. You got to take apart the AMS, flush the PTFE to get it going again. Yep. It's happened to me many times.
Yeah, purple stuff I was talking about the other day.
Yeah, it's not happening with any of the other filament. The same brand, the same Bamboo Lab filament, except that particular four color set that came as a set seems to dry out for some reason quicker. So what you got to do is, if you don't print for a while, before you start printing, pull it out, break off, about a foot of it and stick it back in, or just do it every once in a while if you're not using it. And that will prevent that problem.
Wow.
Yeah, I recognize that too.
Is that right? Yeah.
Anyways, because I'm thinking about canceling, getting a refund.
With what?
Huh? Oh, I'm signed up for 2 frozen Arcos when they come out, but they're not going to come out until like July. Ship. And then my money will be tied up in April is when they're going to charge it. So from April to July, I got about $2,000 just sitting in limbo somewhere.
Burn in your pocket. You need to spend it. Go back to Costco.
$600 some odd the other day at Costco, and that wasn't including the laptop that's going to drive the laser in the garage.
Well, next time you go to Costco, go eat dinner first, or go to a buffet and then go to Costco. You'll spend less money.
We were needing it. We were getting. Because we have 2 refrigerators, though. One in the garage.
Yeah.
So we're stocked now.
Yeah, we have 2 refrigerators here too, and keep one in the kitchen, and the other one's, believe it or not, is out on the deck.
I got an upright freezer right next to my fridge. It's in my, what do you call it? My front room. When you walk in the front door, I got my table sitting right there, and then you walk through an archway into the kitchen. I got a upright freezer right there, and then I'm into the kitchen. There's my my 2-door. It's got a freezer down below.
Yeah, it makes sense to have two refrigerators because, we've had 2 of them here for the longest. Well, when you can buy frozen stuff and store it for, and you don't have to be, especially when you get on the deals and stuff with meat and get a bunch of it, man. Store it.
And yes, we got the vacuum thing, where you can fill your stuff.
We got that too. Yep. And I bought a bunch of the ones that are made for the freezer to prevent the freezer burn and stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Good stuff, man. When you can do it.
Yeah, I was tossing stuff in the cart right and left the other day. I'm like, hello, man, I got money. I just refinanced. I got money. Should have seen the cart.
I can't do that.
By the time we're done, it was hard to push.
I went to talking early in the stream about food. I went to a different taco shop the other day, and I told my wife I would never go there again because of some of the food I've had in the past. But I did, and I got a ground beef quesadilla. When I got home and started eating it, they had sliced carrots on it. What part of Mexico put sliced carrots on a quesadilla? I didn't like it at all. I ate it, but I regretted buying it. Never heard of.
I've never heard of that
on a quesadilla.
That is weird.
Yeah.
Sliced carrots.
Yeah, a
Quesadilla
little,
is
Ew,
usually
too
just cheese on
healthy.
tortilla. You
Ooh.
know?
So I went
Okay.
to one place called Rubacaba that we always go to, and I wanted a quesadilla with rice and beans, and I got her a taco and a burrito. And the guy goes, $39. I said, no, it's not. I said, you need to re-add that up. It ain't $39. Well, anyway, he broke down what all the charges were and why he was charging me this. And I said, have a nice day. I'll never be back. So I went to another place closer to my house that I swore off because their food's not that good. But I figured, well, they've been in business 3 or 4 years right next door to Albertsons. It has to be good or they would have went out of business by now. Then, got to pay the bills. And then they had carrots on. I was like, what's this? Carrots. So
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it.
that's not standard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
fast food's getting ridiculously high.
Yeah, everything's going up.
Oh yeah.
Really high.
I mean, a reverse burrito, I used to be able to get 2 for 10. Now 1 is 10.
Yeah.
I don't know what much about you guys, but around here, Dunkin' Donuts the donuts are up to through almost $3 per donut.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn.
It's like this. Our crispy. We have donuts like this over here. We call them Krispy Kreme. But
Yeah, well, we got a Krispy Kreme. A matter of fact, I haven't been there in a while. I got to go and check and see I love it when they come out nice and hot, nice and warm.
Yeah.
Krispy Kreme donuts. Oh.
Oh man, back in the day in the 70s, I used to street race and I had my 69 Roadrunner. Anyways, we used to hang out at a Winchell's and like late Saturday night, and they'd be doing the buttermilk chocolate dip. And as soon as they came out, I was on them.
Yeah.
I was on them right then, right out of the thing, right out of the fire.
Yeah, when I used to work around the Krispy Kreme, if you get their app, when they get ready to do the batch to come out, the fresh batch, so you get an alert on your phone. The red light is on, so to speak, and you run down there and you get your donuts. Is what I used to do. Love it.
3D laser guys talking about
awesome.
food again. Now we're off to a good start today.
Yeah, it was my
yeah.
Huh.
And my Raleigh LaserMatic 10 that's sitting behind me, you can see above the Polymaker logo. I just done an upgraded wiring kit on that and got it all cleaned up. And that might be going to a new home soon, or it might not be. I'm not sure yet. Still debating. And we got Betty Boop in chat. Hello, Betty Boop.
Yeah.
And I was just talking about your burrito, Betty Boop. And my quesadilla carrots. And everybody on the panel and everybody in chat, since nobody commented, they've never heard of carrots on a quesadilla. Or not yeah.
I mean, I've heard of going to Roberto's and they got the little side dispenser thing of carrots and jalapenos and all that.
Dave Gatton, hello. How you doing, my friend? I see you putting out some new videos, Dave. They're good to see. Roger Brown, channel member. Hello. Yeah, my wife's saying her burrito was real oily.
What kind of like a cake? That looks like a cake.
You want a cake? You want to eat it?
Yeah, cake.
I think the red archway should be taller on that, but for scale, but it looks good.
I don't know. I modeled it from a real gateway, what they have, There's a pagoda. No, that's this one. That's a pagoda. I think that's also a pagoda.
Yeah, Matt, later on, look up the Friendship Bell, San Pedro, California, and see if you can make one of those. Then you'll really impress it. And it's got a courtyard and everything, and it overlooks the ocean. It's called the Friendship Bell. I think it was given to us by Korea or something like that. But check it out. You'll be impressed. It's got a, like what you just had in your hand there. And it's got a big old bell and everything.
Yeah.
So.
We've made a little rake.
I wanted to buy an OC channel, video switcher, which is like an ATEM Mini, but it has HDMI ports on the back, and all but one of my cameras are USB. Because I've been in the 3D printing world, my C270s or 290s or whatever it may be. And then my Osbot camera here, and most of them are USB, so I can't buy those C. Because if you buy an adapter for each port, you'll pay an arm and a leg for the adapter to convert signal.
How much are the adapters?
Different prices. They're pretty spendy. I have to go back online and look at them.
Well, let me turn off the light.
Yeah, because like this thing for that laptop where I had to get the, I bought a brand new laptop the other day and I have to get an adapter for the network plug. Yeah, it was like 20 or about 18 bucks.
Yes, please, everybody, please smash the like button. Subscribing is free on YouTube. Following on Twitch is free. Please do so. I'd appreciate it. And then if you want to get a membership on YouTube or Twitch, that would help out the channel immensely. And every time I do a video, all my channel members on YouTube, like Roger Brown here and Kenny, I credit everybody at the end of the live stream, all their names.
Yeah. This picture is a black and white picture, a very old picture. What this person used.
Dave Gatton, do you want to come on for a few minutes and talk about what you've been up to and talk about your channel a little bit? You're welcome to. There's no particular time limit on how long anybody has to stay on camera. You can pop in for 5 or 10 minutes if you like. Self-promoting is welcome. Oh, let me put up that banner for the first giveaway too. Forgot about that. It will be Ziltech, #USA in chat. And we'll be doing that drawing in probably about an hour. Then after that, we'll do a Polymaker drawing for a roll of Polymaker. Okay. You're always welcome.
Anyone else?
Yeah. And I've been doing stuff for the wall. Little key rings.
Yeah, next Saturday I might stream from the garage so you guys can see how it's all set up.
Cool. Love to see it.
Yeah. I just can't believe how big that exhaust hose is, that 8-inch. Holy hell.
Yeah, I had to run downstairs because we got a delivery of a TV coming and it's pouring rain out. And I don't want them. I want to make sure my wife keeps an eye out so they don't leave it out in the rain.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah, it's amazing what they'll leave on the porch nowadays.
I was watching that. I don't know if you've ever saw that video on YouTube. Somebody had a camera and FedEx delivered a TV and the guy couldn't open the gate. So he took the TV, it was a 50 some odd inch, I think, and threw it over the fence.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that one.
You saw that one, right? It's crazy.
I've had Amazon twice. Once leave a package outside of my white picket fence. I got 2 gates that I made that open, to the street. When I go to get out of my driveway, they swing shut and latch. He set the package on the outside of the gate one time. Somebody did. And then a couple weeks ago, they stuck it in between my white picket fence, right on the top in the middle. So anybody driving down the street to make a U-turn, look, free package. So, yeah. Yeah. Kids, anybody. We don't have a lot of kids on the street anymore, but, something like that is tempting for anybody to go, wow, what's that? Let's grab it. That's just how people are nowadays. Not everybody, but a lot of people.
There are people who just drive around looking for packages and they take them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's plenty of YouTube videos out there of just that, people filming things.
And you know which the ones you got to watch for? The ones walking around and have a backpack.
Yeah.
Because that's what they're doing. They're walking around with a backpack and they're sticking the packages in there.
Hello, Don Pam. How you doing today?
Man, that's crazy too. Because nowadays even Amazon does prescriptions, so that could be anything.
We got St. Patrick's Day coming up, and I've got a little gnome here in pieces. I cut on my laser earlier. It's from Rich LA Hobby Guy. I'll be on their stream at 5:30 p.m. Pacific, and I have to get this painted up and glued together before the stream. And then during the stream, I'll probably cut out some other things in my diode. So I've been procrastinating and like found last minute thing.
Bolly, bolly, chop, chop. Hubba, hubba.
I got to cut all these this MDF because it's too big for the. So I bought a table saw. I set it up yesterday, and I'll get all these cut so I can start. And I want to put together the marble run again out of the MDF.
Or you can stick it in your laser all the way in your laser, close the door down on it, whack it.
Well, here's the problem. It's so close to the edge that when the laser goes, it literally goes out of bounds. So, yeah, it's too close to that edge. It fits right in there, left, on both sides, but it's just too long.
Sergio, where'd you get the model for that?
It's called freelaserfiles.com. Just go there. You can get them, and they have a lot of nice models you can download, and they're free.
Yeah, I think I'm on there.
Yeah, they're all free. Really nice.
I wish time would slow down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy,
Time will never slow down.
I sure feel sorry for my brother-in-law. He lost a little piggy yesterday.
Yeah, I have trouble keeping an eye on everything, Brandy. I got so many parts here. I went and looked at one of Rich's files of a different one he painted, try to figure out where the parts go. I got to kind of figure out where they go, and there's some Easter eggs on here. But I'll probably get it painted in between streams to get ready for the other one. So I'll stream for 3 hours today, and then another one 2 hours will be 2.5 hours after I get off here, the next stream.
So in our age, what would you guys do? Would you go on antibiotics for indefinite, or would you just say, chop it, doc? And we're talking about like a toe. Would you go on antibiotics, or would you say
antibiotics for sure? I don't want my toe or anything else to protrude from my body cut off. So I'm going to do antibiotics.
Well, yesterday, like I said, my brother-in-law, lost one little piggy on his foot.
Ooh.
It's in his bones. But around Mother's Day, he'll be 81, so he's getting up there.
What was it? Infected for a while? Oh no!
Ladies and gentlemen, we got somebody who hasn't been here in a minute. Scott, Edge of 3D. Hey, Scott, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, hey!
What's going on, guys?
How you been? Good to see you.
Been good, busy. Lot of stuff going on right now. I've got a Milo. LDO Milo V1.5 mini mill right there to build. I've got a printer to get built before Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival, and doing a new media channel for Polymaker. Started out Britt and I at first, and then Britt is off doing one thing, and Nick has me off doing something else now. So anyway,
nice.
Busy. Just real busy. So
good to see you grew back your mustache.
yeah. It's a little
You're getting
today.
the biker look now.
Yeah. Always had the biker look. So.
Yeah, I thought Tillo was here for a minute.
What's that?
I thought Tuttle was here for a minute. Paul Tuttle.
Oh. Yeah, I get those comments. I've actually been mistaken for him when I was in the bike industry. He was down in the gas lamp district in San Diego one night on a chopper with a couple other people on choppers, and we were down there by all the clubs, and we were sitting there on the bikes. I was having a cigarette, and we were getting ready to ride back over the mountain, and these very drunk young ladies came out of a bar, and they were just beside themselves because there was movie stars right there on the motorcycles, and they were wanting autographs and to take pictures with us and everything else. And I just, when they're that drunk, you just roll along with it and get on your bike right away. There's no sense in fighting it.
Yeah, Jay Leno, I'm sure you've seen the video where he got interviewed and what he had to say about Orange County choppers and his bike. And then I seen another video come back about it. So I was out at our store in Orange County. We had a factory store out there,
I was out there for a couple of weeks just hanging out, and on Sunday mornings I went to Coffee and Donuts, or whatever the hell they call it there at the Ford buildings, where everybody brings out their exotic cars and their hot rods and all that. And I took one of our R&D bikes and rode over there, and of course had it parked there. And I was off walking around looking at everybody else's stuff. And when I got back to my bike, the people that were parked with their little Triumph motorcycle right next to me, they were telling me about how Jay Leno came walking by, and he got on my motorcycle, and she told him that he shouldn't do that. And I'm like, it's okay. I literally was at his shop with the bike yesterday, and he was out riding it. So, and I guess he was walking around. There were some people and was seeing the bike, and so he was telling them about it, because I'd literally just had it over at his Big Dog Garage the day before, and he took it out for a ride. So, but yeah, I did a lot of events, ran into the Tuttles quite often. Paul Tuttle was a kind of a humble and down-to-earth man in person. Paul Jr., I'm not going to use the words that I want to use about him on a public stream. So
are they as they seem to be on their show when they used to be on? Did a lot of people do things for ratings? So
I did some reality TV work when I was in the bike industry, and they film for a 1 hour show. There's probably 2,000, 3,000 hours of footage filmed to trim down into a 1 hour show, but 40 minutes actually. The editors can make you anything they want you to be. So just remember that when you're watching a reality show. None of it's in real time, and none of it's real.
Somebody makes a comment about something, somebody else is reacting, but that reaction might have been filmed 3 weeks later, and they put them together so they look like they go together.
So I did a couple of episodes of Biker Build Off, and I don't know if you ever watched that show or not, but it's presented as 2 days start to finish. 2 teams come together, 2 days. They start building this motorcycle, and the end of the second day, they have the competition. And the last one I did was at No Problems Raceway in Belrose, Louisiana. And we obviously built a V-twin to go up against a Japanese, basically a Hayabusa-powered bike. But, when the show aired, it was shown as being 2 days. The reality of it was we were there filming for 2 weeks, and the actual 2 days that they presented the show as being the Friday and the Saturday, everything had already been done on Thursday. By the time Friday and Saturday came around, it was just goofing off, and the public came in on Saturday and watched the bikes drag race and stuff. But it's not what it seems. And when you watch reality TV shows with people like the Tuttles, take it with a grain of salt, because editors can make you be anybody they want you to be, because no matter how good a person or bad a person you are, if somebody follows you around for a week and films you for hundreds of hours, they're going to catch every side of you.
Yeah.
And all that video footage is available for the editors to cut in where they need to make you into the nicest guy in the world or the absolute biggest a-hole that's ever walked the face of the earth. So, like I say, I've met a lot of these people personally when I was in the industry. And Paul Tuttle Sr. was actually a very quiet and humble, very laid back guy. His son, Junior, he let the fame go to his head. And Mikey in real life is exactly the way you've seen him on the show.
Yep.
Mikey,
I met him too. He came into the store in the Tropical Fister where I was working.
Yeah, he's exactly like that. So, but anyway, no, I just I still get that. People say I look like senior, but anyway.
Yeah.
A little
He,
bit.
he looks
Not
like
so
you. You
much.
don't look like him. So
I like what Jesse's doing out. in
It's just a
Texas,
beard, you know.
just chilling.
Yeah,
But
it's
so good. Suits you
I'll
well.
take looking like him as long as I don't have to live with his debt. So
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He went through the ringer.
no, I just I was building a working jet engine, and then last night I was trying to get it finished up so I could get this bench over here cleared off, so I could get this LDO Milo mill started, and realized that I don't have a 80 to 100 amp airplane brushless speed controller. I've got 30 amps, 40 amps, and then I've got some big car ESCs that are 180 amp, 260 amp, but they won't fit inside the engine, so I didn't get it finished. I was hoping to have it done for today, but it's see if I can get it down there without dropping a bunch of pieces, but it's a fully functioning jet engine. It's got thrust reversers.
Wow.
nice.
Is
So-
that I mean, I've seen on YouTube miniature planes that people are actually piloting. I mean, setting and piloting, and they have
No,
like
this isn't going to be powerful enough to fly an airplane. It's strictly a static display model, but the jet engine will run, and it's got functioning thrust reversers. I don't know if the camera. I don't think I'm going to get enough light down in there, but when it goes into reverse, you can kind of see in there the gates opening and closing.
Nice.
But you have seen
Yeah.
those small airplanes like that, right? That people are piloting with, those little jets.
Yeah, I have an entire building full of them. Radio controlled planes.
No, they're actually sitting in them and flying in them.
Oh, that's just small aircraft. But
Tiny
anyway,
aircraft
that's
is what.
that was the project that I was working on, and I don't have a speed controller, and the speed controller's got to fit inside of here, and the speed controllers I have are either too small and they burn up trying to power it, or they're way too big to fit in there. So I've got to wait on Amazon to bring a speed controller tomorrow.
Well, if it spins too fast, keep your cat away from it.
I don't have a cat. I have dogs,
All right.
and the dog will just grab it and run off with it and tear it up. So
Here's my big polymaker project. You've probably seen that I did.
oh yeah.
So a lot of filament.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was just doing right before the streams. I was adding 40 more feet of rep rack because I'm out of places to put filament. So, but working on that, like I say, then LDO and Fabrico sent me a one of the Milo mini mill kits. It showed up Thursday, I think it was, when I got home. It was here, and so I did an unboxing video on it, and went through today and got all the parts organized, because LDO, when they ship you a kit, everything's all bagged. So when you buy kits from Fabrico that are Fabrico kits, they come in these nice little boxes. Well, I happen to have a whole bunch of these from Mercury Ones and ERCFs and stuff that I built. So I take that and I unbag all the hardware from LDO, and then I print my own label of what everything is. So it's right there. What cord did the LDO Milo come with? Mine came with a 110 volt cord for the power supply. I ordered a 110 volt 2.2 kilowatt water cooled spindle so that we can run the mill hopefully at Rocky Mountain Rep Rap Festival. But when I get it back home, I'll switch it to a 220 spindle. So, but that'll be fun. It'll be interesting. And my Chinese hologram sign over here.
Yeah, it spins very fast.
The hologram fan I picked up.
I thought that was an OBS, but I remember you got that a long time ago. That's on your shelf behind you. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I can actually stream video to it as well.
Oh, cool.
What is it, a projector?
What's
No.
that?
I think it's like a fan, right? It's projecting
it's
on the
just-
fan blades.
It's a fan. I don't know if I turn on the overhead lights in here, it'll probably blow it out and you won't be able to see it. Alexa, office lights on. You can kind of see the fan back there now.
Oh, okay. That's neat.
Alexa,
Nice.
office lights off. But yeah, I can actually stream video to real low definition, but so
You got that when you and Sam were in China? You paid like $100 for it or something like that, right?
yeah, it wound up being initially it started at $200 and about $180 US. And then Selma, our handler from Creality, of course, she speaks Chinese very well. She's from Shenzhen, and she negotiated him down and got him down to where it was going to be like $115 US. But when I went into my Alipay to try to pay him, it kept saying that vendor was a risky vendor and it wouldn't let me pay him. So I said, I'll just forget it. And then he asked me if I had cash. And I said, yeah. And he wanted to know if it was fresh money. I said, yeah, it's brand new. I've done this enough times in my life. I know when I travel overseas that you go to the bank and get fresh, brand new bills because a lot of countries, they won't take more than money.
Say, yeah, the ink's dry.
So I gave him $120 and he didn't have any way to make change. I said, don't worry about it. Just keep it. So, you know,
That'd be
Well,
cool.
right.
That'd be cool if he did a purchase lay on that thing. Help me one, you know.
I can do
Right.
anything on it.
I know that's what I'm saying. You said you could do the video, so like
Yeah.
you know that would be cool. A little, you know what I'm talking about? That image.
Yep. Yeah, it'll do that. Right there's a hologram of the Earth turning, and I think I still have a fish on there.
Yeah, those
Now
are
there's
cool.
the fish.
Well, it's good
And
you
when
have it
you're
up high.
actually,
So nobody,
you know,
nobody
it doesn't render well being. Yeah. It was just sitting up there, so I
Thank
hit the power button and turned it on.
Thank you for the 5 bets. Appreciate that. Yeah, have it up high so nobody accidentally touches it, breaks the blade, and then you got to try to repair it somehow.
No, I'm actually I'm cutting an acrylic circle and making I'm going to put it inside of a
Dome.
housing so that nobody can touch it. It'll be inside of a plastic with an acrylic front on it.
Nice.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
Have
I'm
you ever-
waiting. Sorry, go ahead.
If you ever took it to a show, that's the first thing people would do, just like paint. Is it dry? And they try to touch it. So,
oh no, I'm taking it to Rocky Mountain with me, and I'll have it there in my booth. And like I say, it'll be encased in plastic, just like they were when we were in China there at the electronics market. The big display they had of them there, they were all in plastic cases where you couldn't touch them.
what is it called? What are those called?
Hell, I threw the box away months ago. It's just a 3D hologram fan.
Okay.
And they're come in different sizes. I think this one's the 22-inch. Hold on, let me turn it off and measure it. Alexa, lights on.
I'm glad I'm on a headset.
Sorry, living room isn't responding.
Alexa, stop. Yeah, every time he said something to Alexa, she's talking to me behind
Alexa, order 1 million toilet paper rolls.
me. She's not set up to auto order.
It's a 20 and a half inch
Cancel.
across, so they might call it a 20-inch fan.
24 count.
You guys are horrible.
Alexa, all lights off.
Monday, March
Oh, then turn Jerry's lights off.
available in one other tomorrow.
Alexa,
Careful.
Here you go. Have a sheep.
Oh, man, I needed a good laugh.
I missed it. How big was that, Scott?
Oh,
It's
man,
20 and a
that's
half
funny.
inches across. So they
Okay.
might call it a 20-inch or a 22-inch, but
Okay. Thank you.
I'll look here on Amazon and see if I can find one again.
Well, I'm sure everything's available on Amazon.
Even Lash, you can download it on printables. On push-up printables, you can download it on my website.
Yeah, here's a 25-inch 4-blade Jerry that's $330.
Wow.
18-inch 4 blades, $188 because this is a 4-blade. It does a lot better than a 2-blade.
Where do you find those?
Amazon.
He's looking on Amazon right now.
Well, I bought that one in China. I bought that one in Shenzhen, China, at the electronics mall.
I watched a
One of the
video from a
largest
guy that went
electronics
there a few years ago, and it's a giant building, like 10 levels high, maybe. It had all these different floors.
No, there's like 20 of those buildings that are 10, 15 stories high, Jerry. It's not one building. It's an entire city district that's got like a big open park down through the center of it. And then there's just these high rises on each side, and every single one of them is an electronics market. And they're open inside, and they're just, you go layer or level upon level upon level all the way up through them, and it's absolutely, well, let me
on the video that I seen, everything the guy seen was dirt cheap compared to American prices because of the markup.
For the most part, yeah, and that's what really. We were at a DJI booth, and I was looking at their DJI gimbal for the cameras, and they gave me the price on it. I was going to buy it, and then I decided not to buy it, and now I regret not buying it because I got back to the hotel and I went on Amazon once I got back on the VPN and looked, and it was twice the price.
Wow.
Here in the U.S. is what I would have paid for it over there, but I'm going to look here and see if I can pull up my Shenzhen pictures.
All right. Simon Snow, channel member.
Here in a minute.
Hey, Simon Snow.
We got 33 people watching, 22 on YouTube and 11 on Twitch. Kind of a slow day for me. I'm not real, excited and myself, I guess.
No excitement, huh?
I'm not all amped up.
Not all amped up, huh? Okay.
Well, not just naturally, not with a substance. Hey, Patrick, Light Source Engraving. How you doing, channel member, my friend?
Hey, Patrick.
Patrick, I was thinking about what happened yesterday after the fact, and I'm wondering if it's the words that you use saying that this object holds so many blankety blanks in it. I'm wondering if that's what caused it, was the verbiage and not necessarily the pictures. But anyway.
Stupid stuff happening nowadays.
Well, now that I open up my 5 terabyte drive that I had in China, I'm finding videos of Sam Prentice, and Sam Prentice probably doesn't want out in the public. I should probably delete them.
Unless he wants copies of them, if he don't have them, you could put Dropbox into him.
I know I took some videos inside the. Actually, I transferred all these over to his, one of his drives when we were at the hotel, so he should already have them all. I just noticed my mic is running really hot, isn't it?
Oh, you sound fine.
Sometimes delayed a little bit.
Finding it
The mic
here.
The video's delayed sometimes.
Yeah, you sound fine.
Here's a link that we'd like to drop in. Here's a StreamYard link. Any of our maker friends?
Hey Jerry.
Yeah. Yes,
what
sir.
What color are these things supposed to turn? The ones inside the AMS when you can't use them anymore?
Desiccant?
Yeah, the desiccant.
I don't know. I don't know, actually. I have some that are purple that I bought in a big half-gallon jug, and they turn, I think, clear when they're bad. But the little packets in there, I don't know. I've never looked at them since I put them in there a year ago.
Oh, it's probably time to replace them. I know it's probably time for this to be replaced, so I'm just going to go ahead and change it. Well, you know what? Let me look at the new one and see what color it is.
Redry it. Put it in your dryer and redry it and put it back in there, Sergio.
Oh, yeah, that's an idea. Let me put them in the dryer. Yeah, that sundew dryer, that thing is excellent.
Guy the Jedi says Sergio, is it hard? It looks pretty spent.
Here we go, Jerry. I'll let me throw this up here on the screen. And this is the electronics market there in Shenzhen. So these buildings, I don't know, it's picking up my mouse. These buildings, right here's the Parkway that goes down through the center, and it's all of these buildings all the way down through there. That's inside of one just looking up. I'll give you an idea, kind of there, look from one of the upper levels looking down to the floor. I really wish I'd have paid attention when I was there and noticed Hikvision, because I just had to go buy a bunch of Hikvision cameras for my business. So there was a water-cooled PC that was just sitting out there on display.
Oh, here's a question you can probably answer. I thought about buying a A10 Mini or an OC, which has a lot more bells and whistles, but the 4 inputs are all HDMI camera inputs, and most of my stuff is USB cameras. So if I try to buy an adapter for each one, I'm going to have to pay an arm and a leg, since all my cameras are not HDMI.
Well, the main camera that I use, I can feed it HDMI or USB-C. But I don't know converting USB to HDMI. I don't know how well that works out. But anyway, this picture right here, all these buildings down both sides here are all electronics markets. So, okay. And that's the like the courtyard deal. And each one of these right here is actually a stairway that goes underground, and the train runs underground here, and then the food court is underground underneath this courtyard here, runs all the way through that. So you can go down in the basements of these buildings and get back and forth between them, but the food court's out here in the center where the trains run underground. Okay. There's another. Well, there's the real Sam Prentice right there.
Yeah.
But you kind of get the idea of what the electronics market like. It's just never ending. Don't know what this company was, but that was a cool ass drone that they had there.
Did you run into many people? Did you run into many people that spoke English?
Oh yeah, quite a few people. The one takeaway from there, Jerry, is like when we went over to Bamboo Labs, we went into the Starbucks and they didn't speak in English. We didn't speak Chinese, but they couldn't have been more helpful. And it was that way every place you went, every restaurant, every business you went into, the people were just super nice and just wanted, that's the typhoon that trapped me at the airport. Now there I am stuck at the freaking closed airport. But anyway, but that's the pictures from down at the electronics market there in Shenzhen. Like I say, it is just absolutely, it's mind blowing. One of these days, sometime later on this year, I'm going back for a week on my own and just hanging out there at the market. So. But it was very cool. And like I say, I've seen that hologram fan and I wanted one. And, you know, I heard people make comments that I probably could have bought it just as cheap at home off of AliExpress or something. But, you know, the box was this big. And I brought it home in my suitcase along with all the tea. And I finally just drank the last of the tea last week.
Oh, wow.
That's how much tea we brought home. Sam and I had to go buy new suitcases just to haul our shit home.
Yeah.
Which was an adventure in itself.
They got a couple different channels I watch. One in the UK, one Australia, and I think the other one's Canada. It's airport security and how they're looking for, you know, food coming in or drugs or whatever. They're, you know, going through everybody's luggage, and there's so many things you can't even bring to Australia as an example. A lot of people buying replica weapons and different things.
Well,
oh wow, Kenny, super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. Wow, that is awesome. I have a button for that.
Wait,
if I can find it.
What happened?
Thank you so much, my friend. I really appreciate the super chat. And I got a button here somewhere, but I don't have it programmed into my Stream Deck.
Awesome, super chat.
Which Stream Deck are you running, Jerry?
1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 15 button.
Oh, I got the one that's got the 4 knobs and the slider screen and 8 buttons. I don't remember what they call it, but
I used to have a program running through OBS to do different things. And an issue I've had for the last few weeks, when I activate the Stream Deck, I pick input 3 to use a certain set of buttons, it turns itself off. I mean, it's running, but it goes back to like input 1. It's not, I don't know why it's losing its input.
Yeah.
So I got to delete it and reprogram everything.
I see. I got my advertisements running in the wrong corner of the screen.
Or profile, they call it. I got up on the screen. Profile 3 I have set, but then it defaults back to profile 1, and I don't know why it's doing that automatically.
Well, I find mine extremely useful in Premiere Pro when editing video. What is that, Matt?
Oh, the Zen guard he made.
Yeah.
And then if you don't keep it on a high shelf overnight, its cat's going to make it a litter box.
Probably. Probably. No, it's little Zen garden what I made. Printed out a little rake too. So
is that actual sand in there?
Yeah, actual sand, actual stone.
He got the sand wet, that's why it's lumpy.
Well, one of my secretaries at the office, she's got this table that she had me buy for her that it's about, I don't know, probably 2 foot across. Yeah. It's got a glass top and it's got sand in it and it's got a marble in there. And the marble goes around and makes different designs in the sand.
Yeah, I've seen this one. But it needs to be dry then. This sand is a little bit wet. It's play sand, so I got from the B&Q store. So,
can you throw it in the microwave and dry it?
I just let naturally dry. I was gonna put it near the, near the heater or so.
Yeah.
It'll probably dry it. So you'll have to take it and crunch it all up, possibly, if it's crystallized, the water. Yeah, Sam Prentice usually drops in, but I haven't seen him. I don't know if he was on last week or not. He usually drops in about midstream. Sometimes.
Yeah, he was on last week. Oh, I'm going to have to jump off in about 30 minutes because I've got a polymaker meeting at 4 o'clock and I got to take my dogs out and some stuff like that.
I'm a polymaker partner, and I look for them Wednesday night on Discord, and they never went live. And then Thursday, I realized that Nick was on YouTube on Wednesday, and I didn't see him on YouTube, so I was watching Discord to see if they came on.
He was on Discord one night this week.
I didn't see it.
What night was it?
Wednesday night? Oh, I had internet problems.
That's when he or not Discord, he was on Twitch. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he was
when he
on
was
Twitch.
on Twitch, YouTube usually together.
Yeah, I had problems all week long with my internet. Some serious issues. So for almost 18 hours, I had yesterday no internet. I mean, it was fine. I mean, I survived it. Barely.
It
Just
said
Facebook
3 days
went down.
ago, so that would have been Thursday. I think it was Thursday. No, Wednesday.
Yeah, Wednesday I had trouble with the internet
Yeah,
too.
Wednesday night he was on Discord or Twitch. I mean,
That
I'll know
solar
for sure because I
radiation
can go
from
look
the
at the
sun.
private message I was having with Britt. The
solar
6th.
radiation from the sun has been causing a lot of interference, and then Facebook, Instagram was down for a couple hours the other day.
Yeah, there was some memes coming out with Zuckerberg sitting there saying, "Y'all be nice or I'll turn it off again."
Yeah.
I had two of the girls in my office absolutely freaking out and losing their minds because they couldn't get logged into their Facebook, and they were just sure they had been hacked and everything else. And they come into my office, and the company policy is you're not supposed to be on social media at work, but there's a whole lot of company policies that we don't follow, and I'm the boss, so I don't care. But they come into my office, "Are you able to get on your Facebook?" And I'm like, "I'm at work, so no, I can't. It's against company policy." And they were losing their minds. I said, "Did you bother to Google it and see if there's a problem?" 2 minutes later, Bailey comes back to my door and she goes, "Yeah, Facebook's down for everybody." I'm like, "Okay, well then you can go back to work now and stop freaking out in the kitchen about everything."
Yeah. Yeah, phones nowadays have become a problem. Everybody's on their phone all the time at work or not at work. You go to work, turn it off, or not. You don't put it on vibrate in case there's an emergency call that comes in nowadays. But other than that, stay off of it unless it's your break.
Yeah.
The stupidest thing I've seen is going to Huntington Beach Pier at the end of the pier, beautiful sunset, and you look to your right and you see some idiot doing this.
Everything is social media nowadays. That's where
I know, but
Yep.
I'm like, you got a beautiful sunset. There's the Pacific Ocean, and you're looking at your damn phone.
Even if you apply for a job, a lot of a lot of companies are requesting your social media accounts because they want to look at them to see what kind of a person you are.
Yeah.
What you're posting.
Yep.
Yeah.
Are you a
That's
terrorist?
crazy.
Yeah, Sebastian had the same there, wrong password. I knew it wasn't wrong. Same with my wife. I said there's something going on. We'll check it later. And then it's up later.
Yeah, but they're not allowed to do that because you have the right for privacy.
Probably see you went out the door a long time ago.
If I'm going to hire you for a job and I ask for your name on social and you tell me that it's private, I'm going to say, "There's the door, goodbye," and I'll get the next person. If you're a public figure or you're on social media, you're in the public eye, anybody's allowed to view it or look at it. But I'm retired now, so that don't matter.
Let's see. No, talk at once now.
So Kenny has his CO2 laser for Mom Tech that he's been wanting. It's real big. He can burn full sheets of plywood in it. Use a pass through or pre-cut them down. And then you have a fiber laser coming, I think, 120 watt from Haotian?
Yep.
Very nice.
Yeah. The Home Tech is out in the garage, and I'm still finalizing my setup on that. I got all the updates or all the upgrades. I upgraded my my air assist to where it works off of my air compressor instead of just the regular stock one. And what else did I do? Oh, and I upgraded my exhaust to an 8-inch.
I was watching what's that show called? That other laser show. Oh,
Everything
yeah, I had
laser?
on. Yeah, I was watching those guys the other day, and one of the people on the panel, his name is Matt. I don't know who he is, but he had a bunch of lasers from Haotian, and he was pronouncing the word differently. And I told him when I first got my 60 watt, I asked them for a sound file that they sent me, and they sent me a sound bite on Facebook that said how to pronounce it, which is Haotian. And I typed that in his chat, and everybody on the panel just ignored my comment, didn't say nothing about it, didn't pull up on the screen, so whatever, I just left. I don't like being ignored. If I comment something and it's a positive, at least say something about it or pull it up on your screen. Don't ignore it. But he was pronouncing the name wrong.
Is Pascal the owner?
He works for him. I don't think he's an owner. And then his brother's there with him. Everything is through Pascal. Well, he might be the owner, but I don't think so. I'd have to check into that. Patrick, Light Source Engraving, if you're still watching, Pascal works for Haotian. I don't think he's an owner, is he? Patrick might still be in the background. I know he's at Sam's today. I think he's working. Here, let's
poor old Patrick. Man, he don't deserve that.
pull Scott back up here, get a better look at it.
It's just because I stepped away for a minute, so I threw that up there.
Yeah, that is neat.
I see that fish, I think, a teaching tech in his latest videos on the Prusa XL.
I'm glad I didn't take that leap.
Actually, I had to play around with the camera a little bit because the native resolution on this camera was it wasn't working real well with it, so I had to play with the frames per second on the camera to get it to where it was offset enough from that speed of that fan.
Are there lights on the fan blades to make all this, or is there a little projector beaming up on it?
No, there's LED lights. Here, let me power it off and I'll bring it over closer to the camera. So
Yeah, I was looking at them on Amazon.
Oh, Nemo, yeah.
Yeah, they're on. You can see them on Amazon. How to put them together and all that good stuff. They're pretty neat. You know, I'm going to get one.
Oh, wow. Those are big blades.
Yep.
there you can kind of see I don't know how well the camera will pick up the individual LEDs, but they're right there. You can see them.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah,
can
we
see
can
him.
see 'em.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wow.
And then your IR receiver receivers are right here. And you can see on the back side of the fans all the electronics to run everything.
Wow.
Nice.
So, hey, you take it out of the package and you got, 3 little bitty screws on each blade, and the blades go in a certain position. Then you've got a USB port right here you can plug into to upload stuff to it, or you can do it wirelessly, which is what I do. And there's an app on the phone. I can control it. I can control it from an app on my computer here. And then you got just your standard little remote control that you off and on, and you can adjust the brightness. And but in the app, I can go in and have it, at certain times, play certain things, or play something for a certain amount of time, stuff like that. So it's actually quite an interesting deal. And then I made this right here. I printed this. I just drew it up in Fusion 360 and made it so the fan slips onto it. It's just a little stand. So, but
Does it come with a stand, or is it a wall mount?
no, it comes with a wall mount. It comes with a little bracket that screws on the wall that this slips onto.
Okay.
And I just kind of looks like that, but it's got holes in it. And you just screw it to the wall and then it slips on there. So I just modeled it in Fusion 360 and printed this out of ABS.
Very cool. Thank you for showing us.
Thank you. Yeah.
Like I say, it's pretty neat, and like I say, I can stream to it over Wi-Fi, but it's got to be very low. Well, I can stream 4K to it, but it's only gonna render it in, that's probably 180p or something. I mean, who knows? But I guess you could figure out how many LEDs are on there and the diameter of it, and do some math and figure out what the pixel count is on it. But if I stream something to it that's too high a quality, then it jitters and drops out and it gets really hot. So I have to put it back into Premiere Pro and render it at the lowest quality I can, and then it'll stream to it just fine.
Nice. I think we should give away a roll of filament right now to Ziltech. They're out of Houston, Texas. They're USA only. If you have a huge order, they may deliver to Canada. They sell Big Tree Tech boards. They've got tons of extrusion, tons and tons of filament, and they're at ziltech.com. So we'll be drawing for one roll of filament. Will be USA only. Anywhere in the world you can enter, but it must go to a USA address. And once we draw a winner, if you haven't won in the last 2 months, if you have and your name comes up, have me redraw, or you can gift it to someone else. And then I'll put my email in chat, and that person today can email me their mailing address and what type of filament they'd want from Ziltech.com. And my rep at Ziltech will get it sent out to you Monday, and you'll have it by next Friday. So that's hashtag USA in chat. And then after this drawing, we'll be drawing for a roll of Polymaker filament later on. And I'll put that code up on the screen after this drawing. So let's get going. What do you think, everybody? In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Draw. Here we go.
Wait, stop. I didn't get entered. It'll be Matt German.
Redraw.
Alrighty. Okay, guys. Sergio's let me redraw here. Here we go. Are you entered?
This time it'll be Matt German.
Did you enter, Scott?
No, I'm not going to enter.
Okay, here we go. Pete, are you in chat, and have you won in the last 2 months? I know he's won in the past. I just don't remember when.
Yeah, I mean, I think a couple, 3-4 weeks ago, maybe he won.
Pete, are you in chat, and have you won within the last 2 months? If so, you can donate it. Oh, yes, you're here, and no, you haven't won lately. Awesome, Pete. Congratulations. Thank you, Sergio, for allowing me to respin.
Sure.
Pete, you probably know my email, but I'll put it back in chat. Let's go to ziltech.com. I can't type and talk. Wait a minute.
You can't say it.
Okay, there's my email in chat. Please email me sometime today with your mailing address and what type of filament you'd like. And congratulations. Thank you, Sergio.
Sure. Got my eye on this delivery you got, people. Nice thing about the camera, right? Let's see.
I need one of those. I mean, I got a system, but I don't have, portable monitor.
I used to have, I think it was up to like 24 camera system around my house. And inside the house, I had a few cameras too. And I was able to get stuff over my mobile phone. Like if anything, I put an alarm on. And then if anything moves in my house, it will send me pictures immediately and take videos and send it to me.
Well, I just finished putting in a new 32 camera system at my business, and so when I got the building and moved over there, it already had a Hikvision NVR in there and like 6 cameras. So the landlord, we basically traded properties, and he wound up leaving the system in there because it was just too expensive to take it out and everything. So then I called the the company that he used to put the system in, and the guy quoted me $1,500 per camera to add cameras to it.
Ouch.
Wow.
So I went on Amazon and I found these $50 cameras that look exactly like the Hikvision camera and says they work with Hikvision systems. So I ordered one and figured if I could get it to work, I'd just order enough to fill up every channel on there. And I fought it for a couple days and could not. I could see the camera connected to the system, but I couldn't get a video up, and it had something to do with the IP address. So I called the guy back at the security company, and I said, look, I'll pay your technician for a couple hours of whatever your hourly rate is to come out and show me how to do this, but I'm not spending. I've got people out here that can hang cameras. I've got access to boom lifts to get up there to them. I know how to run Cat5 cable. I know how to do, because I built the entire IT system there in the building, because they took all that out when they moved out. So I built it all new again. I said, but I'm not paying you $1,500 a camera, because I need 5 cameras. And he just flat wouldn't do it. So I went to YouTube University and realized that I was way overcomplicating trying to get this camera working. After about 10 videos, I finally found one video, and the guy, it was a 2-minute video, and boom, boom, the camera came up, worked, the IP address was assigned. So I hopped on Amazon and I ordered, I don't remember how many more, I think it was 20 more of them. And they showed up a couple days later, and I sat there in the office that afternoon just plugging each one of them into the NVR and going up on the screen. It was just a matter of a couple of clicks. And these cameras actually, because the 5 cameras that are on the system are the Hikvision or Hikvision or whatever they call it, they're the real expensive cameras. And these $50 cameras I bought off Amazon, God only knows how long they'll actually last, but they are a lot clearer picture, and they have face tracking, they have vehicle tracking. I changed out the one on the very front of the building looking at the front gate, and I can actually zoom in and it'll capture license plates coming in my front gate. The Hikvision cameras that were $390 some a piece wouldn't even do that. So
they're all hardwired. They're not wireless, right?
Yeah, they're all PoE, power over Ethernet IP cameras. Okay. So yeah, they're all hardwired. I just bought like 5,000-foot rolls of Cat6 cable and went over to the landlord's business. He owns a commercial roofing company. I went over there and got one of his big boom lifts, and we spent one day out there pulling cables. And then the next morning, Rick and Kurt went around the outside of the building and inside the building and hung all the cameras and plugged them in. And an hour later, we had them all up. So like the 4 main offices there in the office area, my office, Ty's, Daniel's, and Bailey's, I put 85-inch TVs in there, and then got HDMI over Cat5 going to the TVs off of the splitter on the deal. So on each of our offices, we have a big screen TV up there that's got all the cameras up on it. So,
okay. Yeah, I've got cameras outside of my house. I got off Amazon. They're hardwired. Had to run under my eaves, through a wall. You know what I'm talking about. All the place stapled up. And I've had 2 outside cameras go dead. The night vision on 2 of them no longer works. One of them it still does, but they just, I don't know, the sun or the heat, or they're just cheap. They're like $300 or $400, and they're really cheap basically. But I had one inside my kitchen. The only one in the house is in my kitchen. It looks at my hobby room. And I switched that with one outside that quit working, and it wouldn't work. So I took the wire down, brought it in here to my desk. I hardwired it. I had a different wire sets on the cable versus the camera, and I kept changing wires till I got it to work, soldered everything up, taped it up, went outside, hooked it back up, and then it was dark and black again. So I have a couple cameras that are dead, and I never could get them working again. And I don't want to pull new wires. It's too long of a run, and ladders, and up the side of the house, which is I got a fairly high single-story house where I'd have to run in at, and I don't know.
All my cameras on my house here are actually wireless Wi-Fi that have solar panels on them, and they are absolutely fantastic. AOSU is the brand on them, but they're PTZ cameras. They don't. They do have an option for cloud, but they're not. You don't have to do the cloud-based stuff, but they tie in. They've got their own hub that ties into my network here in the house that they talk to, and I can access them from the app anywhere. I've got it set up for alerts, like on the front deck out here where people leave packages at. When somebody comes up on the front deck, I get an alert. But you know, and they're super simple. You power them up, go on the app, you provision the camera on the app, you go outside, you screw the brackets to the house and hang the camera, and it's got a built-in solar panel right on the top of it. And
does it have to have direct sunlight? Because, you know, even though you have sunlight, I don't have direct sunlight where all of them would be mounted.
The two here on this side of the house over here, there's well, in the absolute dead of summer, there's probably about a 30-day period where they would get direct sunlight, but outside of that, they only get ambient sunlight from around, and they've never run out of battery.
Okay, I'll look into it. They're called AOSU ASU.
Yeah, AOSU.
I'll look into them.
I use Wise cams. Got them all over the place.
I've never used a Wise cam. I've got Wise locks on my house, but I've never used their cameras.
Well, this particular camera is battery. The battery lasts about 6 months.
Yep.
And I could stick
I've heard that about them.
Yeah, I could stick this anywhere, even on the grass somewhere, pointing at the house, and it's weatherproof. So it's totally weatherproof. No water. I mean, these are really nice. But I also got the Wise cams with the floodlights on one side of the house, where people tend to walk through, and where my trailer is and my truck. So this way I can keep an eye on it. And they have, of course, motion and everything else. These work pretty well.
Yeah, when I first bought my cameras, in the dead of night in the backyard, my dog will run across the yard and he's lit up like it's daylight. But they don't work like that no more. But they used to have really good night vision.
Yeah, they're pretty nice. Yeah, and I've got the doorbells too, but I haven't put them up because I still have the Ring up. But I'm thinking about putting everything on just one app. So
yeah,
I have the doorbells for it.
Yeah, I hooked up a Ring doorbell for a lady years ago, but it had to go off a battery because if I put it, she had a walkway approaching her front door, and if I mounted it on the side wall, you could never see anybody walking up. So I had to change it. I had to build a bracket and mount it on the front-facing wall, which didn't have no power from the doorbell. I couldn't get to it. So every so often, you'd have to recharge it. That way, you could actually see people walking up from the street.
Well, Ring actually has a kit. If you buy the Ring camera, there is a kit in there with these wedges.
Yeah.
And you can add as many as you need to bring it to the right angle.
Okay.
Which is the original one. So I installed a Ring in the front, and I originally installed a Ring in the back. And the Ring, the nice thing about the Ring is it'll alert me. I can look at it. I can actually talk through it. And I can even set off a siren, which is pretty neat. Like if I see somebody messing around, I can just hit the siren button.
I would love to have that for all the stray cats that come into my yard. Every time I see a cat, hit the button and you freak them out.
Ring has that, but now Wise also has that on their flood cams. So they have a feature where you can hit a siren.
So Jerry, way back, my brother, he passed away many years ago, but he lived in San Diego. And back before we had all this super modern technology, he set up a camera. Well, he had a little shelf out in front of his window there at his kitchen sink outside the window. And he had neighborhood cats that he put food out there for. and he had cats that he didn't like. So he wouldn't buy glasses. So in his living room, he had an old garage door opener, and his TV was on a cart. And when he couldn't see the TV, he'd hit the button and it would drag the TV across the living room so he could see it. And it was the same thing out in his garage. When he wanted to see something on the TV, he had it hanging on an old garage door opener, and it would bring the TV all the way across the garage. But anyway, he bought a camera, I think at Harbor Freight, that had the RGB plugs on it. And he had a cable run all the way to his TV, and he would sit there and watch that food bowl. And under his sink, he had an electric solenoid for a lawn sprinkler that, would turn the automatic sprinklers on and off.
Uh-huh.
And he had a piece of copper pipe coming on that, and he drilled a hole out through there and pinched it off so it was a sprayer right out under the window there, right where a cat would stand to eat on that. And he just had an extension cord. He'd sit there in his living room watching that TV, and when a cat would come up there that he didn't like, he'd plug the cords together and it'd spray the cat with water. And I mean, that was the greatest thrill of the guy's life. You would think that somebody that spent 25 years flying Navy jets off of aircraft carriers would find something more entertaining than hokey up spraying the cat thing, but that was his joy in life.
Wow.
I also learned the hard way you don't shoot pigeons in California when I was out there visiting one time. I shot a pigeon off the power line out there in front of his house with a BB gun, and that's a felony. One of the neighbors called the cops.
That's crazy. I've never heard of that.
Yep, a felony.
They're flying rats in Vegas, and the hotels have trouble getting rid of them.
Yeah.
And I hate pigeons.
Yeah. In California, if they're sitting up on the power line in front of your house, shitting on your vehicle, don't shoot them with a pellet gun, because if a neighbor turns you in, it's actually a felony. I got away with my brother lost his pellet gun, and I got a stern talking to, but yeah, I could have been charged with a felony for that. So
wow,
that's crazy how a state can charge you for a felony, because felony should be, United States law, federal. So I could see a misdemeanor, but a felony.
Yeah,
I believe you. I mean, it's just weird.
Well, I got to jump out here, guys, and go take care of my dogs and get some food on the smoker and be back in 30 minutes for a polymaker meeting. I think Matt's supposed to be in that meeting too. So,
all right. Well, thank you very much for coming on. It's great seeing you doing video content, and I won't be at Rocky Mountain, but I'll be watching it online and things like that. So I appreciate it very much. Thank you very much, my friend.
Take care, guys.
Picnic.
See you guys later.
Are supposed to be the meeting?
Yeah, there's an ambassador meeting at 4:00 my time. That's in 30 minutes.
Oh boy.
Get on it, Matt.
You want me to tag you so you know? Here, I'll go tag you in there.
Yeah, I think I read something, a while ago. Tag me, please. Thank you.
Oh, need to push the meeting to next week. I apologize for any inconvenience. Thank you again for all you do. So the meeting's next week, Matt.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
He just posted that about an hour ago. So no meeting this week. But it's in the ambassador channel. If you go to the staff lounge.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Anyway, I'm gonna go take care of the dogs and get some food started. I might jump back in later if you guys are still here.
Okay. Well, take care. I'll be here for a total of 3 hours. So I have another stream to be at 5:30. So thank you very much. Right. Have a great day.
See you later.
Well, that was nice of him dropping on. It's been a long time.
Yeah, I haven't seen him in a while.
He has a lot of videos he's been putting out lately on his channel. He has one for the K1 and a bunch of different things on the K1. So everybody, please go over to YouTube, Edge of 3D Scott. Please subscribe to his channel. It's free to do so. He has a lot of great content. I'll have to check into those cameras, see what he has. Or see what kind of options they have for him. I have a TV set up above the monitor I'm looking in, so whenever I'm sitting here all day long doing stuff, I got my cameras pulled up so I can see what's going on, or if a delivery pulls up, or what my dog's doing out back. But 2 of the cameras don't work, and I hate the fact that they're hardwired, and I got to go around the house and staple it and run wires and all this and that. It's a pain in the butt. So a wireless option that works is going to be great. But the bad thing about Las Vegas, when it comes to plastic, the sun destroys everything. So things are only good for usually a few years, depending on what's going on. I see my night bot is running. I didn't activate it. I guess it was still running in the background. If anybody else would like to come on or you have any questions, you feel free to come on and hang out, show off what you're working on, or, just chat on screen. You're very welcome to. If I know who you are, I'll let you come in.
That that thing that Scott had, the hologram thing, that intrigues me.
Yes, Nate.
It's pretty neat.
Let me guess. Next week you will have one.
Oh yeah. Yep. Well, I can think of a lot of uses for it, like Christmas time and Halloween and all that. You can put it on the porch.
No, as long as nobody can touch it, though, they could cut their fingers, or break it. Or
on the porch somewhere where they can't get to it. Sure, but yeah, that'd be kind of nice that they can, I can display certain stuff. Come Christmas time, I set up a lot of lights outside and stuff, and I also have these projectors that you put on the grass, and they project onto the building. Like Santa Claus and the snowman and all that stuff I got. But this would be awesome.
You're not the guy on YouTube with the big house and heavy Metallica and it's all guys talking through the windows, and you never seen those?
Got 2,000 drones in his backyard that go up. They're doing light shows with thousands of drones. Those are really cool.
Yeah.
There is one company that did this setup. They have this setup. You take your garage doors, okay, and it projects, no matter how big your garage door, it projects a full Christmas scene, Halloween scene, whatever you want, right onto the garage door. Really nice. That looked really, really nice. Too expensive, though. I looked at it. Too expensive. Nice. It was like $3,000 or something. I'm not spending that kind of money on a projector just to make Halloween look nice.
In Vegas, somebody would break it or steal it. If they couldn't steal it, they'd break it.
Yeah. I'm sure. Around here, everybody knows better. They know who I am. The guy across the street is still a police officer who's still active. So they know that and the guy down the street too. There's a guy down the street too. They know that there's a lot of. You don't want to be messing around here. Even though the last time somebody came and tried something here was about 2 years ago. They tried to break into my truck. Well, they looked at my truck because we saw the whole thing on camera, on the recording, because they did go into my sister-in-law's car because she left it unlocked. But
I'm thinking, go ahead.
He went across the street and he opened up the neighbor's door. When he opened the neighbor's door, the alarm went off. You had to see that guy run down the street.
I'm thinking about putting a club on my truck. It's a 2001 Chevy Silverado. Needs a paint job because the hood is faded. But anyway, because I have liability, if somebody ever did break into it and steal it, I'm out of truck because don't have full coverage insurance. And if I buy a $50 club, that might insure if anybody ever did break in, they're not going to drive off with it.
Yeah, because anything that's going to delay them, they don't want to deal with.
Yeah.
They'll go move on to the next one that's a lot easier.
Yeah.
Usually.
On my particular vehicle, you could, matter of fact, when I bought it, the passenger door was unlocked because somebody popped the lock because this lock cylinder snaps into plastic. The whole handle assembly is plastic. You can take a screwdriver or something, pop it in. The weight of that lock dropping inside the door jamb would unlock the door the way it was designed.
Yeah.
So when I bought the truck, I went to the dealer and they sold these 2 steel plates that you mount inside your door. You take off the inside covers and you mount them in there. There's no way to pop those locks anymore with that steel plate in the way. But from this dealer stock, you could just pop them with anything.
I'm back in 1 second. Being called.
All right.
And then there was 2.
Yeah, I'm not real talkative today. I got to do something about that. But later on the Laser Maker's Realm, the LA Hobby Guy, and Patrick's channel, they're going to be doing gnomes and different things for St. Patrick's Day. And I have a bunch of pieces here for a gnome I printed out earlier. I got from Rich that he done on his live stream a week or two ago. And I have to I got a picture. I got to figure out what color to make what and get it painted before the live stream at 5:30. And then I'll be printing some other stuff. So, and there's some Easter eggs here with it. But that's a project I'll be working on their live stream.
Yeah, last week we learned how to boil eggs.
Yeah. Yeah, I engraved a bunch of eggs on their live stream last week. I dyed them, bought a little dye kit, and I boiled them. And
Lily, come on, get off my. See,
some people have a different opinion. Everybody has a different opinion how they boil eggs. So
she's
eggs
gonna go to me.
Eggs in cold water. Put your eggs in it. Once it's at a boil, then I set a timer for 10 minutes, and I boil them at a slow simmer once it starts boiling for 10 minutes. And some people, and a lot of videos online will say, put your eggs in cold water. The minute it boils, turn it off and just let them sit there covered for 8 minutes, which I don't do it that way. I do a slow rolling boil for 10 minutes. Yeah, it's a little leprechaun. Well, no, it's a little gnome. It's a gnome, actually. It's a gnome. I'm going to have to look for some leprechauns. Can't hear you, Sergio. You're muted.
My dinner is ready, so I got to go downstairs and eat. But I'm still gonna be online.
Okay.
But I'll be online on my iPad. So
okay.
See everybody. Let me get your two first. All right. I'll be back later.
Okay. Thank you. Have a good time.
Thank you.
He's all techie.
Going off?
I had a bagel for breakfast with peanut butter and butter on it. That's what I had for breakfast. I have cream cheese, but I didn't put cream cheese on. I haven't eaten my lunch yet. I'll have to figure something out for later.
Nah. Tomorrow we're gonna go over to my mother-in-law, and I'm gonna put that secretly in her restroom toilet, you know. So I made two of them.
Over or under, Matt? Over or under?
What do you mean over or under?
Everybody knows what I mean. Toilet paper, over or under?
Oh,
I'm over, never under.
I take the whole roll like this. One wipe with one roll, you know? And my wife can clarify that.
I got an antidote for that. A bidet.
Okay.
Matt's not gonna say TMI.
I know what
yeah, I'm an over person.
That's my dog. Lily, quit it now. She wants a snack. He keeps bothering me now till I give her some.
Well, both you and Jerry keep spoiling your dogs, and they're gonna come back wanting more, man, just like crack. Give me that cookie.
Let me feed her something.
Give me that milk bone. Anyways, let's see. What else can we talk about? Oh, yeah. Hey, I got one. Have you ever had a situation on your bamboo where it seems like there's something in one of your colored things, but there's nothing there, and it's totally free of a jam? Have you ever had that problem?
Where it's dragging?
No. Okay. I turn on my bamboo. It still thinks I got that purple color I was telling you about the other day. And I got it all cleared. The line's cleared. You know, the exterior thing's clear. and it still thinks I've got purple in slot 4. I know where it's seeing it. It's probably seeing it from the sensor inside the damn AMS, huh? Right?
If you have a piece broke off or something.
Yeah, it's probably hitting the sensor. I just thought about that.
If you go to this on the X1 carbon, go to the screen on the X1 carbon, and it's showing something in that slot. Yeah, I'd turn it off and reset it unless you have something stuck in it.
I tried a factory and it's still showing that I got something in slot 4.
Hello, Rodney Mac. How you doing today?
But yeah,
I had a similar problem, but I just cleaned out the MS unit and it worked again.
Yeah, I mean, these things, the way they're designed, you should be able to take a nice, a spool that's nice and it's not breaking or anything like that. You should be able to ram like PLA all the way through the channel, all the way to where it comes out the back. But no, you can't.
When I get a piece of filament broke off in the AMS, which happens probably once a month, and it won't, there's something in the way and I can't feed new filament, I have to unplug it and take off the PTFE, set it on my desk, take out the 2 screws, tip it up on end, unplug the PTFE, and I run a piece of clean filament like a foot long. I run it through the system and I push it out, put it back together, put the screws in. But you got to be careful when you go to put the screws back in. Sometimes those cables that are very short will unclip, at least one of them. You got to make sure those 2 cables are connected. Put the 2 screws back in, and then you're good to go. And that's a random problem, but it's not every day. It's like once a month, something like that happens. But Bamboo Labs has been the best printer I've ever had in my life. It's not perfect, but it's almost perfect. So,
mostly what I do is human mistakes. So,
yeah, if they announced right now that they're going to come out with like a 3 or a 350, I'd cancel right now.
Well, they will. It's just a matter of when and how bad do you really need it. What are you printing on your printer that you have to have another printer right now other than you want one? But do you need one other than want or need? What do you think about that?
I like the phrase future-proof.
Yeah.
I future-proof everything. That's why I'm going with the 120 because on the MOPA, because that way later down the line if I come across something where I need a little bit more, I have it. Because I'm not some of these guys where I can have 4 or 5 machines. I can afford that one machine. So yeah, that's why I went with the 120. Same thing with the CO2. I thought about the 150 and the CO2, but but that one's even bigger, the 150. So that thing's huge. Wait till you see it.
Fear of missing out. FOMO, fear of missing out.
Fear of missing out. Where's that coming from?
It's called Guy the Jedi said it's called FOMO.
Okay. Oh yeah, I get it. I was like, what?
Yeah, I've been doing stuff for the wall.
Well,
I put outside out.
BRB.
Yeah, there's a lot of things I want, but will you use them? Do you need them? Is there a better place to put your money? When I first got into 3D printing, I had one CR10, then I had a reason I needed a second one, and then enders were really cheap, and I was buying them off of an auction site. Then I had a whole bunch, and at one time I had like 10 machines running at once. But as you've seen in all my videos and my cameras, I've got way too much stuff. When I haven't resin printed in a few months, there's nothing I really need or want to print that, it's like, wow, look what I did, and set it on the shelf with other 100 items. So, yeah, it's fun to have new toys, but it's better to, use what you got, make the best of it. I think we should give away a roll. Polymaker filament. What do you think?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Do it early. Yeah, now they're down to like $75. They're real cheap. But compared to all the newer stuff they have out, I would never recommend to enter to anybody. You can get something so much better for a little bit more money. And when you get into 3D printing, another thing, do you like working on things and you always want to tinker, or do you want to print stuff? There's two different types of people there. Do you want to work on stuff all the time and try to upgrade and change, or do you want to print models or functional print stuff like that? Depends what you want to do. Let me share my screen. And we're going to be giving away one roll of Polymaker anywhere in the world that they ship. They've got amazing filament. I love them. I'm a partner with Polymaker currently. And yeah, they got awesome stuff. So what will happen, we'll draw one winner. I will put my email in chat. All you have to do is simply email me, and then later on today or in the morning, I will send you a link that you'll fill out where you'll win one roll of Polymaker sent to you with free shipping. So hashtag Polymaker in chat. We've got 31 entries. So here we go, Matt. Help me count down from 5. 5, 4,
6,
3,
7,
2,
8.
You know, I watch
9.
other live streams all the time, and everybody gets together and they do it together. But on my stream, people tend to not do that. 4, 3, 2, 1. Here we go.
10.
Let's see. Who will it be? 31 entries. Steve L3D. Steve L3D, are you in chat? Steve, say something. Steve, congratulations. Steve L3D, are you in chat?
I don't think so. Maybe. I'm looking.
Steve L3D, are you still here or did you leave? If you left, I'll have to redraw. Say something in chat, Steve. And I'm sure people that know him are quickly messaging him saying, hey, get back on, say something. Well, as long as you come back on before I redraw. Steve L3D, say something. Quite often I draw and people aren't here and I have to redraw. Not in user list, Mad Cat says.
Nope, I can't see anything.
Okay, 10 seconds, Steve, and I'm going to redraw. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Say something, Steve. 3, 2, 1. Redrawing. You probably figured I was going to give it away at the end of the stream like I usually do. BG808s, are you here? BG808s, are you here?
I saw him. Yeah, he said congrats earlier, but I saw him at 9:46 p.m.
Yeah, I see that right there. Good. BG, are you still here? Or BB? BG.
Yep, he's here. I see him.
Awesome. There you are right there. Let's see. Right there. Watching on YouTube. Okay, BG, here is my email address. Write this down. Send me an email right now if you would. Just say hi, one, blah, blah, blah. And later today or in the morning, I'll send you the link where you can fill it out and get a free roll of Polymaker filament with free shipping anywhere that they ship to in the world. Congratulations. You write that name down.
My dog is giving me trouble.
Very cool. I like giving away stuff. I wish I was rich. I'll give away all kinds of cool stuff every week.
Me too.
Probably be a tax write-off, but it'd be fun just to give away stuff. You didn't win, Kenny. But you're a winner anyways. You're always a winner. You're muted, I think.
I'm not muted.
Oh, okay, you're just turned down.
Your mic is again.
There you go. Congratulations.
Yep. What else I made this week? I was not feeling so well either, so yeah, probably, yeah. Joe, she probably wants to have some. Let me range up the camera.
I know why I just figured out why we're having a slow day. Because our clocks go ahead tonight, 1 hour, and it screws everybody up.
Really?
That's it.
Or there's other people streaming right now, because typically we have a lot of people on stream, up to 10, depending on the day and the time of the stream. We're usually pretty busy.
I know.
Doggy cam, little dog.
I demand treats.
Yeah, my dogs have different size little doggy bones. I used to give them rawhides. My wife convinced me to quit giving them rawhide to chew on. It's not good for their stomach, so I quit buying them rawhide.
Yeah, me too. Makes the teeth also bleed. But
yeah,
it keeps it clean. I do give sometimes rawhide in the past just to keep certain plaques away, you know, when they start getting yellow teeth. Then, but even the carrot would help too.
Once in a while, I buy them a big thing. It's called a Chernobyl. It's what I pronounce it. And it kind of looks like a payday type thing with like nuts on it, but don't have nuts. But that's what it resembles. And I buy those for them. They love them.
I remember what my brother-in-law did one time accidentally. We removed my stepdad out to Arizona, out to Bullhead City. And he got hungry and he thought he was after some jerky. Well, it was my stepdad's dog's treats.
I had a neighbor years ago. I just fed some cat treats. This is like 15 years ago. He came over to visit, and I had a bunch of cat treats. When I used to have a cat, I don't know more. And I put a bunch of them in a bowl, set them on the counter. When he came over, I said, "You want to try some of these? They're really good." And he actually got him to put it in his mouth. And then he's like, "This tastes like cat food." So then he spit it out. Oh, let me look at the box. Oh, it is. I'm sorry. Yeah. That's kind of like my sense of humor.
Yeah, my brother and I, we used to date each other eating cat food.
You and your brother used to date each other? What'd you say?
No, that's what it sounded like.
Dare each other.
Oh, dare. I thought you said date. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know. That's just what I heard.
It's crazy.
Yeah, it is. Only in the UK, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. All right, man. So what is the topic tonight for laser?
I don't know.
I mean, you got to know.
I think it has something to do with lasers.
St. Patrick's Day, so I'm gonna try to get a couple things cut out on my laser and do something during the stream.
Do you have a pot of gold?
So is it gonna be 4 again?
4?
You, Rich,
Patrick, and Jeremy. I'm not sure. I believe, not really sure. So I want to try to have something to do. That's why when I was on last week, I dyed a bunch of eggs before the stream, and I was engraving them on the stream the whole time. That way, I was actually contributing. I hate to just sit there like a bump on a log and just so.
Yeah.
Mm.
So time change. I believe is tonight at whatever time. SpaceX, I believe, might be launching next week. So we'll see how that goes. It's tentative, but it might be next week. I forget what day. Maybe we'll have to wait and see. Just watch YouTube. My follow-ups on
it. And I was asking, Miss A Word over here because I don't want to trigger her. Who's the richest right now? Who do you think's the richest between Jeff and Elon right now?
Probably Elon. Yeah.
Jeff.
Okay.
By maybe $1 billion or so, but what's $1 billion or so between friends?
I wish I knew a multimillionaire. Just to be nice, it'd pay off my house $200,000. That way, it'd get me almost debt free. It would help me out immensely. So, and I'd be more than happy to plug them for the rest of my life and live streams and videos if that's what they wanted. But I don't know anybody like that. If I won megabucks and had endless amounts of money, I would help so many people. I wouldn't donate a penny to charity. I would physically help people out that needed it for whatever they may need it for. I'd pay off their house, buy their car, whatever their hobbies are. I would individually help people, and I'd spend the rest of my life doing videos, traveling around the country or the world, helping out individuals. I don't believe in giving to charities where it goes in somebody's pocket and they never find a cure. But
that depends what charity now.
so
You know, there are some good charities out there, but yes, I mean there are some that are really crooked. I mean, big names.
it's hard to know who is who and who isn't. So I'd want
I
to help
know.
out the individuals, not the corporation.
I know, but like
Or
Samaritans first, I would help out in New York second. You know,
or if
that's some
somebody
really
wanted to start some kind of a business to help people out or whatever it may be, give them the money to do that or pay for that for them, so you know that's where the money went. So anyway,
Yeah, my
Do a lot
wife and I, and we want to go into a bigger home with 3 bedrooms. Right now, we only have 2 bedrooms, but it's very small where we live, and it's only 700 square feet. So
the room you're
Yeah,
in. That's a bedroom, right?
I've got 4
No.
bedrooms. Mine is smallest is
that's
living room.
our dining area.
Wow.
I took it over.
He's right
It's
next to
just-
his kitchen.
Yeah. Here's my fridge,
Okay.
and behind the lithophane, there's another door.
That's a big lithophane.
Yeah. This is my mother-in-law favorite picture. Nope, it's not. Quietness. I know.
I'm
I mean,
eating
nobody
my
has. I was talking, and
well,
I can show off my
she
my
just
Zen
got back.
garden, be in peace, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I need to get back to show and tell time too. I feel bad because usually, you know, I join these things and I'm like, and I show nothing. But that'll change here shortly. But like, oh, I know something. But yeah, it's a laser subject, but still,
That's why we're here.
I know. But I love that he has risen piece that Jeremy came out with the other day.
Oh, the
And
Litton sign says he has risen. It's got like
yeah,
a cave. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
yeah, that was real nice. I can't wait to do that. You know, and I'm going to make sure my woods are really flat and perfect for that.
Jeremy has a diode laser now. Patrick's sending one. I believe it's Creality, so he should have one on the live stream tonight. The show or to talk about. It's very nice.
No,
Is he-
that did not. I received an email not too long ago, and I filled out the paperwork for that, and
No.
I'm waiting on the.
You're talking about something else.
What?
You're talking about Jeremy getting a laser.
No, Matt's answering this question from Dale.
Oh, sorry.
I'm
I'll
like
shut up. I'll
confused
shut
a
up.
little.
You're fine, Matt. You go ahead. Kenny was mistaken.
Yeah. No, I'm waiting on a reply back, but I think they're sending it to me now because I had today a post basically saying we're delivering today at 3:00, but then 5 minutes later they canceled it, and I don't know what happened. Mostly that happens when the print that sent me something what's too big to be delivered for one person, you know. So, but it goes. Yeah.
It missed getting on the truck this morning. Supposed to have been delivered today. Now they're going to bump it back till tomorrow or Monday.
Probably.
That happens a lot with UPS here. Because if they're not, if it still says, you know, I can track it, and if it hasn't left the warehouse on the truck by 8:30, it ain't coming that day. Because the guy's already on his route.
Hey, Jerry.
Yeah. The T300 I'm giving to a person I know. His printer broke, so I'm giving him the T300. I teach him how to do lithophanes too.
Very nice of you. What, Kenny?
So once they told you you were getting that Galvo, how long did it take?
They shipped right away. I don't know. I don't remember how many days, but it got held up in customs in Kentucky. I think it was for like a week or two. It was really irritating. I had a tracking number and it never left. And I kept calling the I don't remember who delivered it. Who was it delivered it? UPS?
But I mean,
FedEx?
from being told to actually getting it was what, 3 weeks?
Probably 2.5. I don't remember exactly. You'll get an email. You'll get a tracking number as soon as they ship.
Yeah, because I haven't got nothing yet.
How many days has it been?
What was that, Tuesday?
Just email Pascal and ask him. And if he hasn't already provided it, but you should get tracking on it right away.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not worried. He sounds like a nice guy.
Yep. Seems to be a very nice person.
Oh, and I forgot. He says, hi. Meaning he told me to tell you, hi.
All right. Yeah, he messaged me. Today's stream is really going really slow. We got 41 people watching. I usually stream for 3 hours, and we usually have a lot more people on camera because we can have up to 10. A lot of times we have 6 or 7 typically. So I think I'm going to raid out on Twitch and in the stream on YouTube here in a minute. We got 24 watching on YouTube, 17 on Twitch, and I'll be on the LaserMaker's Realm / LA Hobby Guys stream at 5:30 Pacific. Please come check it out. It's all about lasers. It'll be a lot of fun. Let me see where I'm going to raid into. I'm going to go to MakerDeck. I'm going to raid into MakerDeck. They got 42 people there. There's makers from all over the world that post their projects live on camera, being whatever they're printing. And the chat is always very active. Please consider following them. Awesome channel. It's called MakerDeck, and we're going to raid in there on Twitch. So everybody on Twitch watching, we're starting to raid now. And that'll be taken off here in just a second. The people that won, if you're still watching, contact me. That way I can.
Saving time tonight? Lily quit it.
And we're starting to raid now on Twitch. Here we go on Twitch. You just jumped over. Thank you, everybody on YouTube. Thank you, Kenny Sims, for the $50. I really appreciate that. Thank you for the bits, everybody.
Thank you for helping me last week.
And we'll be back next Saturday at 12 p.m. Pacific. Everybody have an awesome day. Take care. Later.